Romeo Command was the best of British twice over. The British bred greyhound of the year in successive years, he was a real star of the sand. But it all started in Ireland for the David and Nicola Furniture bred powerhouse. Indeed, before all the successes to come, he made his racing debut on June 18th, 2022 in Ireland, finishing third at Cork. He won just once in 11 Irish starts, but then moved to the UK and to the kennels of Patrick Jansen's, making a real statement on his UK debut in a Category 2 maiden at Monmouth, winning his heat by 4.5 lengths in 27.82, the fastest 480-metre time at the track that year. Romeo Command went on to win the final a week later. In December, he headed to Towcester for the English Puppy Derby. After landing his heat, second round and semi-final as a hot favourite, Romeo Command looked set for glory, but the final was abandoned and he'd have to wait for his first big race crown. That first Cat 1 title followed in March 2023, when he swept through the BGBF British Breeders' Stakes at Nottingham, winning all 4 rounds as odds-on favourite and extending an unbeaten run to 9. That streak ended in April when he finished second to Arcady in the Juvenile Championship at Towcester. Next came the Star Sports and TRC Greyhound Derby. After winning the first 3 rounds and quarter-final, he suffered defeat in the semis behind Swords Rex, but then ran a gutsy race to finish second to another of Graham Holland's in Gaytime Nemo in the final. After a short break, Romeo Command returned in August, placing third in the Select Stakes at Nottingham behind Clona Duke, another Irish raider. In September 2023, he went unbeaten in 3 races at Towcester before setting a 491 metre track record at Central Park in October when winning a Cat 3 event. That led into the Kent Derby, where he finished runner-up to another star of the track in Churchfield Sid in the final. At Nottingham, Romeo Command exited the Eclipse in the semi-finals after early crowding, but ended 2023 on a high, making all at Towcester on New Year's Eve in 28.64, setting a new 500-metre track record, a fantastic run for the time of year. He was awarded the British bred Greyhound of the Year for 2023. 2024 began strongly. He cruised through the blue ribbon heats and semi-final at Towcester and was hot favourite for the final, but was narrowly beaten by John Mullins' Sign It Goofy in an early contender for Race of the Year, a great buckle. However, a setback had connections, fearing his career might now be over. It wasn't, far from it. And although he returned in May 24 for the Greyhound Derby, a surprise early exit in the first round after crowding was a setback, but disappointment was short-lived. He quickly bounced back in June, winning the BGBF True Frame Champion Stakes after a strong semi-final and then a commanding display in the final over Keyfield Goose on Derby final night, raising the roof. In July, he again came close in Category 1 company. After winning his heat and semi-final of the Coral Sussex Cup, Romeo Command was 11-8 favourite for the final, but found trouble and finished 4th at Hove behind Derek Knight's New in Benny. He had no joy in August Select Stakes, and after semi-final elimination in the Yorkshire Derby at Doncaster in September, returned to Towcester in October for the BGBF Greyhound Studbook Trophy, winning both heat and final in style. Romeo Command's second Cat 1 title came in November 2024. After placing second in his Eclipse heat, he went on to win his semi-final and then beat kennelmate Slick Sentinel by 3 lengths in the final of the Great Race. Romeo Command closed out 2024 with another dominant performance in a special pre-Christmas meeting at Towcester, winning the BGBF True Frame Greyhound Studbook British bred, finishing almost 8 lengths clear of Queen Shakira. He was awarded the British bred Greyhound of the Year for 2024 for back-to-back successes at the GBGB Awards. Early 2025 now, Romeo Command was still chasing major honours. He reached the final of the Blue Ribbon, again beating kennelmate Slick Sentinel in the semi-finals, but then had to settle for third behind Mark Wallace's Table Toppers overall. After remaining unbeaten through February with wins at Hove and Towcester, he returned to Nottingham in March for another British Breeders' Stakes, but finished second, this time behind another Furniture-bred runner in Diane Henry's Romeo Control. Now very much in the twilight of his career, Romeo Command was given one final crack at the Greyhound Derby, his third classic campaign. He placed third in his opening round as kennelmate Slick Sentinel finally got his revenge, but was eliminated in the second round, finishing fourth to Irish Derby champion Bocco's Diamond. It would be his final race, a champion finishing behind another champion in the highest of company. Romeo Command was retired with a superb UK record of 41 wins from 69 starts, 2 Cat 1 titles, 2 track records, and multiple Category 2 and 3 victories. He consistently featured in major finals and proved himself one of the standout greyhounds of his generation and a champion of British breeding twice over.